Hi everyone, the international break is nearly over and we can return to some proper football in the form of Premier League Game Week 12. Lots of exciting matches coming your way. Lots of managers making their debuts at respective clubs. Steven Gerrard, Dean Smith and Eddie Howe, as well as Antonio Conte managing Tottenham for the first time at home. So 10 matches, lots of exciting things to look forward to. The WhatAcca team have gone through the coupon and picked out a selection as usual for each of the games, so let's crack on. Leicester take on Chelsea in the opening match of the weekend, and we're going to go for Leicester or the draw. That's right, we're going to oppose Chelsea for this one. The reason for this is that it's just after the international break, so there's an element of everything being a bit unsettled as players return from international break. There's also the fact that Chelsea have got Juventus in the Champions League on Tuesday, so Thomas Tuchel will have one eye on that match. And also the fact that although Leicester haven't really hit their notes this season, this still is a relatively difficult away match for Chelsea, who wavered against Burnley when drawing 1-1, and Leicester are not. They've only lost one of their last 8 matches in all competitions, so we think Brendan Rodgers' side could be value for at least a point in this game. They're at quite a big price to win the game, and although Chelsea top of the Premier League, they can be opposed here, I think, given the overall circumstances. Moving on to Aston Villa versus Brighton, the first of the 3 p.m. Saturday kickoffs. Steven Gerrard is taking charge at Villa Park, and we think that his first port of call is going to be arresting this slump where Villa have been on a 5-game losing run, and obviously, the first thing he'll want to do is address that. So we think that it's probably worth avoiding the full-time result market because, we could see Villa winning this game, but just as well see Brighton coming away with the points. And we're going to go for under 2.5 goals. There's only been 10 goals in Brighton's 5 away matches this season, so that sort of supports this stat. And Brighton are definitely short of firepower again this season. They were all over Newcastle in the first half of their match before the international break, and they only had a Leandro Trossard penalty to show for their advantage before a 1-1 draw. So we just think, given the way Stevie G at Rangers really tightened things up at the back and started from a solid base, we expect him to do the same thing here, and that is why we are going to go for a under 2.5 goals in this match. Next game, Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Leaning towards the Crystal Palace win here, but I think for the sake of it, we're going to go for both teams to score yes. Burnley, that's happened in the last 3 Burnley matches now, and Maxwell Cornet, Matej Vydra and Chris Wood have all been on the score sheet recently. As for Crystal Palace, they've scored in their last 6 matches. They enjoyed 2-0 wins over Manchester City and Wolves before the international break. Patrick Vieira is doing a fantastic job at Selhurst Park. Manager of the season so far for me, and both teams to score yes here. It could be Palace, both teams, Palace to win and both teams to score, but we'll go for BTTS yes. Newcastle take on Brentford. Eddie Howe, I'm sure, will receive a rapturous welcome as the Toon Army hope to see their team win for the first time this season, and we think they're going to win. Partially because they've actually started to look a bit sharper in recent games. Since Steve Bruce left, they had draws away to Crystal Palace and Brighton. They could have won at the Amex, and Callum Wilson was away and got fouled by the goalkeeper right at the end there. And as I say, he was virtually through on goal before that foul occurred. So we think that they could be value for the win, especially with Callum Wilson looking so sharp against the Brentford side, who really are struggling at the moment. They lost the last 4 matches. The bubble seems to have been burst, and they've conceded 8 goals in the last 4 games. So this is probably an opportunity to get with Newcastle for their first win of the season. It's got to come sooner or later, you'd think. Norwich take on Southampton. Dean Smith making another manager with his taking charge, and it's very shortly after he left the Aston Villa job, so he's quickly trying to get his ducks in a row here. We think it might follow a similar pattern to Steven Gerrard's game plan insofar as getting their defence a lot tighter and making sure of at least a point in this game. So we're going to go for under 2.5 goals. Southampton are quite obstinate opponents. Salisu and Bednarek look really good in the central defensive position, and we think that they've won their last 2 matches by a single goal. They'll probably try to execute a similar game plan in this match, and so under 2.5 for us here. Norwich have only scored 5 goals in their 11 Premier League games this season. Watford against Manchester United. Much as Manchester United have been quite easy to oppose at times this season, we are actually going to back them to win this game. We're going to go for Manchester United to win and both teams to score no. Yes, that's right. We're expecting the Red Devils to not only win but keep a clean sheet here. They did win 3-0 at Tottenham a few weeks ago, and defensively they should be quite strong against a Watford side who failed to score four in the last 5 matches. That's 3 and 4 of Ranieri's reign. They had that crazy 5-2 win at Everton, which seems to really be an outlier now, and since then, or before then, even against Liverpool, they just have fired blanks as well. And Harry Maguire's got a brilliant confidence boost from going away with England and scoring goals and looking sort of great at the back as well. And we think United are flat track bullies. They've got individual ability, so it doesn't matter as much about the manager's tactics in this sort of match. It matters more about the individuals being able to work openings. We think they will, and we think that David De Gea, who's been brilliant in goal, will keep a clean sheet on this occasion. Over to the last 3 p.m. Saturday game, and that is at Monu Wolves against West Ham. We're going to go for an away win here. Just keep it simple, really. West Ham have won 4 and drawn 1 of their 5 away matches. They were deservedly the winners against Liverpool before the international break. They're up against the Wolves side who've lost 3 out of their 5 home matches and only scored 4 goals. They seem to be a little bit better away from home at the moment. But yeah, West Ham, I mean, the team is starting to just, you can almost pick know what 11 is going to be starting for David Moyes' side. They're third for a reason, and they're a good price to win this game. If it was Liverpool were away to Wolves, they'd be odds on, but you can get big odds against for the Hammers, and there's everything to like about the way that they're playing at the moment. So yeah, we're happy to get on board with those guys. Liverpool versus Arsenal is an interesting Saturday tea time clash. Liverpool have really had so much success in this fixture over the past few seasons and ran in so many goals. However, we're going to go for the Gunners +1 on the Asian handicap, which is around sort of the even money mark, slightly bigger than evens. Arsenal are actually unbeaten in the last 10 matches, and they're only 2 points behind Liverpool in the table. They've just achieved 3 consecutive clean sheets. They're just starting to look like a decent team for the first time since Mikel Arteta took charge, and maybe for the first time since even before Arsene Wenger actually sort of regime started to turn stale. It's been a long time, but Ramsdale seems to have been a brilliant acquisition in goal. Ben White's looking good central defence, and Emile Smith-Rowe has been a revelation this season and obviously got his England call up. They'll go to Anfield with some confidence in this game, and Jurgen Klopp is going to be bemoaning the international disruption because there's going to be so many injured players now for Liverpool. Harvey Elliott's not quite back yet. Firmino's out. Sadio Mane could be out. Henderson could be out. And Naby Keita is almost certainly out. So with all the players coming back from international duty and several of them injured, we just think Arsenal, it's worth taking on Liverpool. Just at the prices, Arsenal just look worth getting with in some way, shape or form. And we think +1 on the Asian handicap is probably the most strategic way of doing this. Sunday's matches. Manchester City take on Everton. City are the shortest priced team on the Premier League coupon this weekend. We're going to go for a City win and both teams to score no. Much bigger price than just a City win. Pep Guardiola's side have only conceded 6 goals in their 11 matches. They're going to have a high possession. We're going to have a high possession percentage in this match for sure. They'll be on the ball an awful lot. They look rock solid at Old Trafford when winning 3-0. Everton have only got 2 points from the last 5 matches. They ground out a goalless draw against Tottenham 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure that they're going to carve out too many chances here. They're lacking firepower until Dominic Calvert-Lewin is back and firing. So yeah, home win, both teams to score no. Final match, Tottenham against Leeds. We were leaning towards Tottenham in this game, but they are quite a short price against a Leeds side who have actually scored 9 in the last 11 games despite Patrick Bamford being missing for quite a large chunk of the season. Rafinha's been outstanding for the Yorkshire side, and we're going to go BTTS yes here. Tottenham have conceded 16 goals in their 11 matches this season. Antonio Conte has only been able to work with the squad in fits and starts due to sort of him starting recently, and then obviously with all the players going off to play for their countries. Obviously, Harry Kane's going to be returning for sort of full of confidence after scoring 7 goals against admittedly pretty weak opposition in Albania and San Marino. But yeah, we can see both teams finding the net in this game. The stats support this evidence. Conte will have his side firing sooner rather than later. So we think this is the sensible play as far as that's concerned. So we're going to have two accumulated tips available for you on Saturday, probably a WhatAcca and a both teams to score acca as per usual, and we'll have a Sunday accumulated tips as well. And then next week we've got the Champions League, so watch this space for a video which is going to be profiling the Champions League matches coming up, along with lots of predictions and tips at WhatAcca.com. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with another video really soon. Cheers, guys.